Hey, how are you? It's Dodger from the Drone Newbie channel. I've had my drone for a little while now, and I've done a lot of reading and a lot of research about the kind of things that I can do with it and the sort of things that make for great photography and that sort of thing. But the one thing that I haven't seen a lot of online is how can I just have fun with this thing? How can I enjoy myself and just play with it a little bit? One way that I found is to use it with these little army parachute men that you see tagged to the wall behind me. I'll show you a little bit about what I do with those for this episode. So what I'm talking about, of course, is dropping stuff from your drone. Who doesn't want to drop stuff from their drone? Come on. In fact, if you're up on a tower, what's the first thing that you want to do? If you've got any testosterone in you at all, you want to drop shit. That's what you do with your drone, right? So to have a little fun, what I did was I went out to, I think it was either AliExpress or Temu or one of those Chinese online markets, and I picked up this little device. I think it was $11 or $12. It's a little device that you can attach to your Mini Pro 4, and they've got them for other drones as well. This one is for my Mini Pro 4. You attach it, and it's a dropping device. It actually allows you to attach something to the underside of the drone, and then it's got a light sensor built in right here. And where it's attached on the underside of the drone, I'll just attach it and show you here. I have to undo the screw. So this just attaches to the underside of the drone, and the little lip here covers the little spotlight that you get on the Mini Pro 4. I'm not sure how this works for other drones that don't have the little spotlight on them. This one has got a little spotlight on the bottom, and as I said, this little dropping device that you can attach to the drone, I think it adds maybe 1 gram to the weight of the drone. I did weigh it, and it seems to me it was just slightly over 1 gram. So it didn't put me over the 249 gram limit or the 250 gram limit. Even with the little army man attached to it, it's still a gram or two underneath my limit, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Now the way it works is, underneath here, there's a small cylinder that turns, and it's got a little keyway, a little lock on one side of it. I'll just turn this device on, if I can find the power switch without my glasses. There we go, it's turned on. Now you can see the little green light. And underneath here, if I press the button, you may be able to see that little barrel is rotating inside there. And there's a key on one side of that barrel. What you do is rotate it until the key is pointing straight up. Let's take another shot at it here. There we go. The key is pointing straight up, and now what I can do is I can take something very light, very small, and attach it to the little barrel on the drone, and there's my parachute guy. Now you may wonder, how come I'm not hanging the parachute guy directly underneath the drone, or directly from the bottom? The reason you can't do that, you have to have some sort of a line or a string or something to string this out behind, is because the drone has sensors in the bottom that sense where the ground is. And if you've got this thing attached right up here, like so, or even by the parachute, like so, it blocks the ground sensors, the ground tracking sensors, and the drone will continue to ascend. It'll continue to climb because it thinks the ground is directly underneath it. So instead, what you have to do is put it on a length of line, maybe a foot long, 2 feet long. I've decided to hang the army man upside down on this string and attach him by his feet, because that way when it drops, the weight will come down and the parachute guy should fall in the right direction. I tried doing it with dropping from the top, from the parachute first, but the line attached to the parachute just sort of makes the parachute wobble and try to fall over. The little army man isn't quite heavy enough. So once you've got this thing in the air, I have my drone set up to the C1 button turns on the spotlight, and once the spotlight is turned on, if you watch closely, right about here, I'll emulate turning on the spotlight by pressing the button, and poof, it drops. And then what you can try to do is see if you can chase your parachute guy down, see what kind of video you can get of that parachute guy. The one thing I will suggest is, if you're going to be dropping anything from your drone, don't just leave it where it lands. You have to go and find it and retrieve it. So if this parachute guy lands in somebody else's yard or down the road somewhere, you have to go and you have to retrieve it. You don't want to be leaving plastic parachute men or soldiers or whatever laying around wherever they land. Now, if it happens to land on someone's roof, you may be out of luck. That's why I bought 2 packages of 10 or 20 of them in total. So if I do happen to lose one on a roof somewhere, or for some reason I can't retrieve it, I've got a few more that I can use to play with. So that's how to have some fun with your drone, away from the photogrammetry and the mapping and all the serious stuff that everyone wants to do. Have a little fun with your drone, play with some toys. You'll feel like you're 12 again. Cheers. Dodger out.